Measuring instruments. What is the need of measuring instruments? Measuring instruments are used in various fields like agriculture, weather, automotive industry, medical field, etc. Measuring instruments make sense that we ensure they are accurate in their readings. A measuring instrument is a device for measuring a physical quantity. Measuring instruments may range from simple objects such as rulers, stopwatches to electronic microscopes. Measuring instruments can be basically classified as analog instruments and digital instruments. An analog instrument is a device in which we can measure the voltage, current, or resistance. It basically measures the current. If we want to measure voltage or resistance, they are converted to proportionate current and it is given to the instrument. Analog instrument is one which shows the readings with the help of the movement of pointer on the graduated scale, whereas a digital instrument is one in which the readings are displayed by the numerals or the numbers. Most of the analog instruments are now replaced by digital instruments. Whatever it may be, the analog instruments can't completely replace digital instruments. Analog instruments are the permanent magnet moving coil instrument, the DC ammeters, the DC voltmeters, the rectifier type voltmeters, the ohm meters, the FET voltmeters, and the differential voltmeters. A D'Arsonval moment basically works on the principle that a current carrying conductor, if it is placed in a magnetic field, it experiences a force. The general specifications of analog instruments are the accuracy, the precision, the error, and the resolution. Accuracy is nothing but the degree of nearness to the true value being measured. Precision is nothing but if you take 3 or 4 consecutive readings, how nearness they are to each other. Error is the deviation from the value being measured expressed in percentage. Resolution. Resolution is the smallest change at the input which will be obtained at the output or to which the instrument will. A permanent magnet moving coil instrument is basically a galvanometer. A galvanometer is one which has a zero at the center of the scale. It can measure both the positive values and the negative values. Whereas in the PMMC instrument, we can measure only the positive readings. A galvanometer is one, as shown in this figure, has a coil of fine wire, a permanent magnet, a filament suspension, a mirror, and a scale to move. Now, let us see the construction of the PMMC instrument. In this PMMC instrument, as shown in the figure, it consists of a permanent magnet of horseshoe shape with soft iron pole pieces attached to it. This permanent magnet is made up of alnico material. Between the pole pieces, there is a cylindrical core of soft iron, which serves to provide a uniform magnetic field in the air gap between the pole pieces and the cylindrical core. Surrounding the core is a rectangular coil of many turns of light weight which are wound on a light metal of aluminum frame. This is mounted so that it can rotate freely in the air gap. The pointer attached to the coil moves over a graduated scale and indicates the angular deflection of the coil. The aluminum metal frame not only provides support for the coil but also provides damping torque by eddy currents induced in it. The sides of the coil are free to move in the air gaps as shown in the figure. The control of the coil movement is provided by two phosphor bronze air springs, one above and one below. These control springs also serve the purpose of leading the current in and out of the coil. They are supported by a pivot and jewel bearing. The entire moving system is statically balanced for all deflection positions by three weights. The pointer springs, the pivots are fixed to the coil assembly by means of the pivot bases, and the entire movable coil element supported by the jewel bearings. Coming to the working of the PMMC movement, the current to be measured is passed through the coil which is placed between the poles of the permanent magnet. When the current passes through the coil, then there is a magnetic field developed around the coil which is already placed in the magnetic field of the permanent magnet. Because of these two magnetic forces, the coil experiences a force and the coil starts rotating. Because of this rotation, the needle or the pointer which is attached to the coil moves on the graduated scale. The amount of current passed through the coil, if the current is more, the force exerted on the coil is more and the rotation of the coil is high, so the pointer moves accordingly. If the current is low, the force developed is low, the pointer movement is less. In this way, the PMMC works, which depends upon directly on the current flowing through the coil, which is to be measured. Coming to the force, coming to the torques, there are three torques which are developed here. The deflecting torque, which is due to the current flowing through the coil, which makes the pointer to deflect. Next one is the controlling torque, which is opposite to the deflecting torque. When the current passed through the coil is withdrawn, the pointer has to come back to zero. This is provided by the controlling torque by the springs which are connected above and below the coil. The next one is the damping torque, which sees that the pointer comes to rest without much oscillations. This damping torque is provided by the eddy currents developed in the coil which is suspended between the permanent magnetic poles. As you see, the equation for the torque is given as T equals to B into A into L into N, where T is the torque in Newton meters, B is the flux density in the air gap given by Webers per meter square, A is the effective coil area in meter square, I is the current in the mobile coil in amperes, N is the number of turns of the coil. Here in this equation, you can observe that B, the flux density is constant, A, area of the coil is constant. N, number of turns of the coil is constant. So only the varying factor is the current through the coil. So the torque is directly dependent on the current flowing through the coil. Here, the main advantages of the PMMC is they have very low power consumption, they have no hysteresis, they can be modified with the help of shunts and resistors to extend the range of the meter. Also, since operating fields of instruments are very strong, they are not affected by the stray magnetic fields. They possess very high torque to weight ratio. The disadvantages of PMMC is there are some errors which creep in due to aging of the control springs and the permanent magnet. There is also the friction due to dual pivot suspension. The next thing is they can't be used for AC measurements. And another thing is compared to the moving iron instruments, the moving coil instruments are costly. So this is a PMMC instrument which is the basic instrument which is used in most of the analog instruments, whether you are measuring the current, whether you are measuring the voltage, whether you are measuring the resistance. So that is the basic meter which we are using.